Okay. How was the break?
It was good.
Good or
I
tiring?
I breathed fresh air.
Really?
Yeah. I rested.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here again.
Really?
And I drank a glass of tea.
Okay. Like normal tea or like me? Like, because I use herbal.
No, normal tea, but I don't
Herbal.
like its
Taste.
taste because it's a machine.
Mm.
If I make tea myself, I like it.
Of course. Yeah. That's true. All right. Yeah, you were trying to ask me some questions. He's ready actually. Maybe I don't know who wants to start, and others can also create some other
They are
questions.
busy, no? May I ask a question?
Yeah, please.
Can you recommend us English learning methods?
Can I do what?
Can you recommend us English learning methods?
English learning methods.
Yeah, for example, you can recommend listening or writing or speaking, etc.
All of them. You need to focus on all of the talents, skills. You cannot only focus on speaking only. It is not possible. For example, I always say, this is me. I have a body, okay? I have 2 hands, 2 feet, a brain. All of these organs are important. We cannot say only, for example, brain is important or only, for example, hands are important. Every single organ is important. So language by default has got 4 skills. Listening, speaking, reading, writing. All of them are important. Ideally, you have to spend equal time on each one of these skills. This is for sure.
How can we do them? For example, how can we listen or what should we listen? For example, a move or listening videos, etc.
You have to find the material which is kind of supplement to your level. Generally, a 1 level student comes to me and says, "Teacher, can you recommend me a movie?" I say, "No, I can't." Why? Because movies are not your level. You have to just read some short stories. Minimum level is like B2 level, for me, in my opinion. But some other teachers have their own mentality. I don't recommend movies. But for B2, yes, you can start watching a movie with English subtitles. Okay, what else? Movies, books, whatever. I mean, we have different mediums. Whatever medium do you like, go for it. Some people like music, memorizing lyrics, and they're really good at it. And they can learn a lot of new vocabulary. They can improve their listening abilities. They can also imitate those, singers. It can be a good medium. So music can be a good medium. Movies can be good. Can be a good medium. Short stories, novels, news. News can be good medium also.
But
TED Talks.
Speakers are speaking so fast.
True.
And I understand nothing from them, but I just listen.
Okay, that is better. That is better than nothing. That's why I do not recommend these mediums for everybody. You have to come to a certain level first. A certain level, like B2 level. Minimum B1 level. Minimum finished B1 level. Otherwise, these mediums can, even games also, I forgot. Game is also another medium. You can chat, you can learn, you can listen, and you can read, this kind of stuff. These are supplementary things. You know supplement? What is supplement?
Means necessary.
Supplement completes something else.
Mhm.
For example, you are on a diet, you are having good food, healthy food, good diet, but for example, you're consuming fruits, amazing, but it is not enough. You need to take supplementary things. For example, vitamins, vitamin
I
pills.
think tamamlayıcı in Turkish.
Maybe.
Yeah, in my opinion it is.
So these things are supplementary material for you. The first thing that you have to do as a student, you need to finish the homework that your teachers are giving to you. If you can, if you have time, if you have motivation, if you are focused enough. On Google Classroom, I put 3 different materials. Do you know, right? Do you know? Top notch, TED Talks, and reading passages. We can only focus on top notch in the class because of the limitation of time. 2 other materials, we can't, unfortunately. I prepared them for you actually. They are ready. They have Quizlet, they have vocabulary, they have Kahoot. I made them ready. So first, follow these things, finish them, and come to me, teacher, I need extra. Then I can help. Yeah, like that. Okay, I hope you got your answer a little bit.
Yeah.
You need to challenge me by questions so that I can help you, because your question is very general, my answers are general. Be specific, I can speak specifically.
No, that was enough for me.
Okay.
But I don't know my friends.
Yes, let's see. You prepared the question?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
I have a dangerous.
Dangerous.
Dangerous. Oh.
Yeah.
No problem. But
Do you think there will be a third world war?
oh my god.
My question.
Yeah.
What was your
Yes.
question? I don't know.
I think.
That or?
I can smell it. I can smell it, yes. Yeah. You know, my answers for this question cannot be correct because this is not my field of study. You know, you have to ask this from a politician or something. I can help you with English, maybe. I can give you feedbacks. I can grammar mistake. I can give you some suggestions, study plans, what to do, what not to do. But yeah, World War number 3. Yeah, I can smell it personally. Thanks to the current situations around the world, economically, politically, and in terms of health. Yeah, Corona was a great war. I could say. I mean, biological war, which has affected, let's say, has affected the whole world, the whole universe, so to speak. What do you think? Agree?
Yes, I
Or you say it won't happen?
Yes.
It will happen. I don't know.
I think okay. I agree with you.
With me. Okay. Okay. Great. So, what else? I mean, ask me some good questions. I mean, of course, your question is amazing. I mean, the questions that I can help you with.
How we improve our speaking? Why?
Cliche question.
Yes.
As I said, you know, I have to repeat myself in a different way. Every language, regardless of the name, for example, Turkish, English, French, Spanish, and, these are different languages. Every language has got 4 skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. The language is very interesting thing because these 4 skills are very related to each other. They are related to each other. You cannot separate them. For example, academically, we have 2 of these skills like receptive skills. We receive the data or information, like listening and reading. When you listen or when you read, you receive the information. But when you speak or when you write, you produce the information or language, let's say. Okay? When you speak, I produce the language. When you speak or when you write, you produce the language. Because when you're writing, this is your idea, but in a form of writing. Correct? So we have four, again, skills. Two of them are receptive, two of them are productive. But they are, they go in a parallel way. For example, if you wanna be a good speaker, you have to be a good listener. If you wanna be a good writer, you have to be a good reader. This is the reality. If I'm a writer, I don't have any idea to write about. The idea doesn't come. So I read different books. Oh, I like that. Then I take notes. Then I think about it. Then I start to write. The same scenario happens for speaking. If you want to speak, I always say, find yourself a role model. Obviously, a native speaker. Your teachers can be, or any kind of native speaker obviously can help. Follow your role model on social media, on YouTube, here and there, and try to imitate them. Don't forget that how we learned our mother language. You remember? By imitation. Mother language, the language of your mom, means your mother helped you. You try to imitate her. So listen and imitate, listen and imitate. The same scenario. You will have a role model and keep listening. I have a lot of role models still, because I adore their speaking quality, speaking ability, and of course quality. Generally, politicians are great because they speak very clearly. In any kind of country, if you focus, you will see that politicians are good speakers. Speak clearly, their pronunciation is amazing, their enunciation, do you know enunciation?
No.
Forget. Their enunciation is very amazing, okay? The selection of words is amazing. They worked for it. They practiced very hard. They have lots of coaches. Even in cinema, I told you before, let's say he or she is a kind of actor or actress. Let's say he is a British actor. Now he wants to take a role in an American movie. So he has to speak American English. So they have accent coaches. Have you heard this one? Accent coach. Venom, yes, Tom Hardy, yeah, for example. Accent coach, but work on the actors or actresses' accent only. So they can speak, for example, American English as if he or she is an American. Lots of details in terms of speaking. Anyway, have a role model, follow them on social media, specifically YouTube. My role models in speaking, one of them is Hillary Clinton. I made a mistake. Hillary Clinton, as a Secretary of United States, she is extraordinary. She speaks amazing. That is the end, in my opinion. Super clear, super powerful speaking ability she has got, in my opinion. And lots of public speakers. There are a lot of public speakers. Even TED Talks can really help you. You can understand how a public speaker starts to fill those gaps professionally. And you have to be patient. One thing that I cannot see a lot in Turkish classes here, that Turkish people are not consistent enough. Consistency. I am not talking about you in general. Generally speaking, Turkish people, you guys are not consistent. If you are not consistent in anything, you cannot be successful. You have to be consistent. What is consistent? What is consistency? Consistency means you continue. You don't stop. You continue. You you press yourself. You tolerate. For example, this lady, she's tired. She tries to come. Yeah, acceptable. I mean, I can understand that how tired everybody is, or how difficult life everybody has got. But if I can see you here today, it means that, yeah, you are consistent. You keep coming. But we talked in the previous lesson, there are some other students, I only saw them only once. I don't remember their faces even. Their names, no, the faces even. What is the point of coming to language course then? I mean, I always say you have to create time. I know that you are busy, I know. You are right, you are busy, you are tired, you are demotivated, sometimes you are hopeless. Totally right. I can understand you.
Hopeless?
You, I mean everybody, not maybe in this class, generally speaking, I mean. Sometimes I say, yes, sometimes people are hopeless. I don't go to American culture. Maybe they get bad marks in midterm exam, final exam, they stop coming. They're hopeless. They say, I can't. But you can. I personally, I remember myself as a teenager, I used to go to language courses. And I mean, the language course that I used to go was really difficult. Far difficult than this. Extremely difficult, unbelievably difficult.
Wow.
It was difficult. I don't know, I mean, it must be difficult because I went there to learn. That was one purpose, to learn it. And if I am not ready to go up, I should not go, and I couldn't go. For example, I failed in level 4 3 times. Level 4 was a very critical level. Generally, everybody fails. You have to repeat it a couple of times. Very difficult. And I remember I failed in level 8 was in 2 parts, 8A, 8B. I failed in 8B 2 times. Then I continued, and I didn't kill myself, oh, I can't. I failed because I am not ready. I mean, the English is not enough, so I have to repeat myself, and there is nothing wrong with it. But here, if a person fails, oh, I can't finish. Start to smoke and become totally hopeless. And but you should not be like that, and you have to just continue, be consistent, actually. Consistency is the key. Teacher, I don't have time. You need to create time. You have to. I mean, it seems to be that you go to a doctor, the doctor says, okay, you have to take the medicine. Doctor, the medicine that you provided me is very bitter. I need sweet medicine. There isn't any sweet medicine. The medicine is bitter. You must take it. It is up to you. You can say, Doctor, I don't take it. Okay, you know better than me. You don't take it, you won't recover. The same scenario. If you don't have time, what happens? You cannot improve quickly or properly, let's say. You must create time. And it is totally difficult, I know. I say in Istanbul, everybody is right. In my opinion, in Istanbul, everybody is right. Student is right, teacher is right, parent is right, principal is right, system is right. Maybe not. Everybody is right. So you have to create time for yourself to study and practice. Could you get your answer?
Yes.
Not completely. Role model,
Yes.
listen a lot. I told you, if you want to speak very well, you have to be a good listener. Listen a lot. Why? For example, I really like stand-up comedians. They are really amazing. Clever, yes, but they listened a lot. one topic from this comedian, one topic from that comedian, one topic from that movie, that thing, and put them together, create their own topic, so they can speak very well. One of the live, how can I say, example I can tell is that. So you can find a role model and stick with it and keep listening and imitate. There's a concept in English, they call it catchphrase. Have you heard this word? Catchphrase or pet phrase. Have you heard? Okay. You know, there are a lot of things that I have to tell. When? I don't know. Always time, 8:30.
What does it mean, catchphrase?
What does catchphrase mean?
Yes, what does catchphrase?
Catchphrase, first pet phrase, then catchphrase. You know, pet phrase is a phrase which is your pet. What does it mean? This is my pet, for example, my cat. This cat is always with me. I love it. Or dog, or bird, or fish, snake. I don't know. Maybe. Now, the phrase is your pet, which means that you keep using that word a lot, spontaneously. I have lots of them, I know. For example, is my pet phrase. Blah, 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 for example, blah, 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 for example, for example, for example. This is a pet phrase. I keep using it. Native speakers generally have this pet phrase. You know, blah, 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 you know, blah, 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 you know. This you know is a pet phrase. Now, catchphrase is the same, but a very popular word of a famous person. Famous persons' common words are called catchphrases. For example, Donald Trump used to say tremendous, massive, blah, blah, massive problem, tremendous problem. If you watch his speeches on YouTube, you would definitely hear the word tremendous or massive, because those words were his catchphrases. Understand? So if you listen to your, role model, you will definitely hear lots of repetitive words which are catchphrases or catchwords, and you are learning. Can be really helpful. Listen a lot. Another technique that I generally start with C1 level students, generally, which is transcription. This is a very effective technique that you can follow. What is transcription? Transcription is a noun. Transcribe is a verb. So transcribe means to transfer data into a script, which means you are listening to something. For example, on listening, it says, every day I go to school. Stop and write, every day I go to school. Then continue. And on Mondays, we have English at 7 o'clock. Stop. On Mondays, we have English. So this is transcribing. For example, when you watch Netflix, when you watch TV shows, there are English subtitles or even Turkish subtitles. One person, once upon a time, created those subtitles. How? By transcribing them. Okay? Watches a piece, stops and types. And this technique is also available on YouTube. We can create subtitles for every single video that we want. The same scenario, you don't have to create on computer, you are simply writing it. I can say TED Talks, YouTube videos, okay? Find, I don't want to say easy videos, but understandable videos that you can easily understand. On YouTube there's CC. What is CC? Subtitle. Closed caption, actually. Closed caption, which means subtitle. Why closed? Because you can close it. You can turn it on or off. There is a video, it has a subtitle. Close it, close subtitle, watch, write. finish the video, go back, open the subtitle and check. This is amazing method, amazing technique for listening. Unfortunately, it needs a lot of time, which you don't have. Maybe.
Time is
No, you have it. You have to create time, unfortunately. I hope you got your answer. Got your answer?
Yes.
Okay. What else?
I didn't go out when the English course started.
Really?
Yes.
That's amazing.
This is difficult for me.
This is important.
Because I am so boring.
I'm so bored.
Yes,
You
so
know,
boring.
this is really important, guys. I have to say that. This is based on my own experience because before being a teacher, I was a student. So I was a student, then I became a teacher, you know. One thing that you should not forget is you have to take English as your hobby. If I don't like a subject, I cannot improve myself. That is number one reason why most of the people cannot be successful in mathematics. Not you, maybe, but generally. Because people hated mathematics generally. That's why, because of maybe different reasons, maybe because of the teacher, because of the material, because of the exam note, because of the pressure, and. But eventually, they started to hate mathematics. That is why they couldn't, I am one of those people, they couldn't improve themselves in mathematics. The same scenario happens in English, in everything, in teaching even, in designing, I don't know, in producing, cooking, taking pictures, anything, any type of thing, okay? You have to like it.
Yes,
So-
I like, and I didn't want to go out
Okay,
because
this-
I want to learn.
Okay, that is amazing, you know?
Yes, and it was I was bored because work, study, work, study. Yes, there is very boring.
Okay, I'm going to explain. So first thing first, you have to take English as a hobby, first step. Second step, if you really want to improve quickly or faster, let's say,
Yes.
this hobby should change into a lifestyle. Happy birthday. Should change into lifestyle. What is lifestyle here? The
Daily-
elevator is going to
daily
explode. Huh?
Daily routine.
Yes, you need to use English all the time. For example, your telephone's language should be in English, not Turkish. You are using social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and. Change all of them into English, the language. You are using Windows on your laptop, no Turkish. Change it into English. Whatever you have, change it. Yes, right now, change it. Change it into English because if you procrastinate it, you are going to forget it. A good word, huh? Procrastination. Do you know this word?
No.
You have not heard?
No.
Really? Procrastinate, procrastination. Procrastinate as a verb, which means you are delaying something. You are not, for example, this is a cup of, a mug, that's actually, mug of tea. I am not drinking it. I said I will drink it one day in the future. I procrastinate drinking this thing or doing that thing. So do it right now. Don't delay it. Yeah, this is the first step. Whatever you have, change it. You are using a camera in Turkish, change it into English. You are using something, you are playing a game, even the front page, I don't know what they call it, the first page, change it into English. You are, for example, surfing on internet, let's say on some Turkish websites, if there is a kind of English feature, use English. Push yourself, push. If you are listening to audiobook, try to listen to English audiobooks. You say, I want to get the result. You say, okay, you have to do it. The same scenario. The doctor and the medicine. Doctor says use this medicine. Doctor, come on, I can't. Okay, you know it better. I mean, if you do not take the medicine, you're not gonna recover quickly.
In my opinion, in this way, we can have a good level
Definitely.
of English, approximately in 5 or 6 months.
Of course, definitely. But personally, I believe in long-term learning rather than short-term learning.
Yes, of
Because
course.
short-term learning is temporary. For example, you have an examination tomorrow. For example, in a month, you keep studying days and nights. Okay, you pass the exam tomorrow. After the exam, you forget. It doesn't work. I know. I was a student before. I know all of the techniques, all of the strategies. I know all of the cheating styles. I know everything. You have to work on your English on the long run. Then you can get results. Get it? What else? Any other questions? Yeah! Everybody's telephone, iPhone, what is that? iPhone, Xiaomi, Huawei, Samsung. iPhone users, you can use iSiri. Android users, you can use Google Assistant. Talk to it. I ask really difficult and challenging questions sometimes. I try to push the AI. And you are going to have fun. Really. Change it into English and speak in English. Start from basic conversations. I say, who is your father? For example, how old are you? Where are you from? This kind of stuff. Like a kind of normal conversation. Another technique for pronunciation, which is all the time question. Teacher, should I improve my accent or should I improve my pronunciation? What is your answer? Pronunciation. Both of them. Yeah, both of them. Why both of them? Do you want to explain? Why accent should or can be important?
At first stage, maybe accent is not important for us.
Okay.
Because we are not native speakers. But if we, as long as much as we improve our English,
Okay.
we need to have accent because we want native speakers to understand us.
Okay, I'm going to explain that. Interesting example you mentioned. What about you? Why accent should or could be important? What is going on? Is that Shirin Emrah? Or earthquake or the smell of the Third World War? What about you?
I think both.
Why?
Because I think both of them, because pronunciation is good if you pronounce the verb correctly.
Correctly.
You learn correct verbs.
Mm-hmm.
But the pronunciation is that you see which level are you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what about, you didn't talk about accent.
If your accent is
Better.
All people can understand you and they think that you are best speaker. Yeah, I think. No?
What is my accent?
American.
American? I am not American
Your
actually.
accent similar
Because
Turkish.
you-
Similar Turkish.
Turkish.
Yeah.
American, Turkish.
For example, I can't understand
Spanish, French.
your native accent.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I have got no idea.
Mm-hmm. No, when I speak English, I mean. She says that your accent is looks like American. You say my accent looks like Turkish.
Yeah, because I understand what you say.
Because you understand means that my accent is Turkish.
That is, I can say that you are not speaking so fast for us, because if you speak fast, we don't understand you, and it is understandable for us.
Okay.
So I have got a friend from USA. When she speaks fast, I understand nothing. Nothing.
Zero.
She speaks, and I listen. And I think, what does she mean?
I see. You know, I have to say, this question is super cliche. Every day, all the time, I receive this question from people around the world, from, Turkish students, from my friends even. Accent should not be important. And is not, actually. Yes? Accent is not important. Focus on pronunciation. Focus on your pronunciation. Why you understand me? Because I try to speak correct English. Clear pronunciation. I have an accent. Everybody has got an accent. You go to America, I told this story. This is a real story, by the way. Maybe I told this before. One day I talked to an American who was an English teacher. American, also English teacher, okay, as a job, as a profession. We talked about the same situation. There were some other people also, they were asking. And we were sharing our ideas. He said that when I go to southern part of America, southern part of America, he is saying, not my words, he says that I need a translator in my own country. I cannot understand anything. If a native speaker and also an English teacher says that, it means even in one country, which is America, there are different types of accents, but everybody is American. Everybody speaks English. Obviously American English, but they have different accents. And they cannot understand each other. Which means that accent should not be important. Pronunciation must be, in my opinion.
You have American accent.
My
Which
teachers,
state you have accent of America, for example?
I don't. I have my own accent. Everybody has got his or her own accent. My teachers were American, so obviously, and of course, I'm still working on it. I'm still practicing it. Even teaching is a kind of practice. And we can say, the standard American English, trying to. So pronunciation is the most important factor that you have to focus on. How can you improve your pronunciation? You don't ask. I am asking and answering too. How can you improve your pronunciation? Any strategies? What should you do as a student? Pronunciation.
Listening and repeat.
Listening and repeating?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe.
Imitation.
The same? Okay.
We can record our pronunciation, and later we can listen it.
If we record our pronunciation, later we can listen.
Because I need to hear my pronunciation to realize is it true or wrong.
Okay, that is true. That is correct.
There is one more application on my mobile phone. Sometimes I study on that.
What is that?
I will tell you the name of it. Write by voice. For example, what can I say? I just tap this button.
Okay.
And I
And
say my word.
Amazing.
And it is writing here what
Very
I say.
good.
If I have got a wrong pronunciation, it doesn't write anything.
Fantastic. This is a really great idea that you have found. I was about to say almost the same thing. You don't have to download any application. Maybe I think everybody has got Google Translate app on your telephone, right? On Google Translate app, when you open it, the first language should be English. Target language is not important. Set it on English first. Set the language on English, I mean on the left side right now. And down you can find a microphone icon. Okay? Find yourself a paragraph, short stories, I don't know, reading passages, articles, English things. Press the button, speak, read that, and Google engine is really complicated, is really amazing. I would say if Google can understand what you are saying as an AI, I think you would have no problem, or not no problem, I mean very limited problem talking to a normal human being, because robot can understand you. Human being can definitely understand because of the facial gestures, hand movements, the increase of, the intonations or different style, different techniques. So you can eventually start to understand each other. You can use this application to improve your pronunciation. Which means if Google understands your words, it means that you are pronouncing the words correctly. Sometimes, as you said, Google is unable to detect, to identify the words that you are saying. In that case, you have to say the word again, practice on that. Or you can use English to English dictionaries. I always say the best one for you could be Cambridge Dictionary. Cambridge Online Dictionary.
I'm studying it, but it is sometimes not understandable for me.
You mean the definitions?
Yeah, I know the definition, but
pronunciation.
when I listen it, I can't understand it.
Because on Cambridge Dictionary we have two types of pronunciation: British pronunciation, American.
Yeah, I listen both of them. But
choose one of that English.
I just, how can I say? For example, British English, he or she speaks so fast, and I don't understand it. What does it mean?
Possible. You have to choose a kind of a form of English. You must choose one. You have to see which one you're how can I say, okay with British English or American English. First choose it, then work hard and try to imitate like that. This is for pronunciation. I talked about speaking. You have to improve your listening. For pronunciation, you can use these platforms. For writing, you can write everything. Don't expect from your teachers to give you homework. You can create your own homework.
But we just need to be controlled.
Yeah, definitely. True. Correct.
And
okay, I can control it for you.
Really?
Yes. Why not? If it is not very, very long, I can just read and say what is going on.
Just maybe 5 or 6, maybe.
Okay.
It is much 10 sentences.
Why not? I can. I'll try to help. I can control your writings as well. Give you feedbacks.
And in my opinion, it shows our grammar level.
Definitely. Writing means grammar, actually.
Yeah.
Grammar and vocab.
For example, if we don't use conjunctions, you can warn me.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to study on maybe conjunctions or adverbs maybe.
Adverbs. True. Of course. Why not? We can help. Me or other teachers can help you. Why not? Do you have any question? Any question which is related? Can.
Can.
Yes.
Some,
Americans,
yeah, can.
different accents. In America, there are 50 states. 50 states means minimum 50 accents. Minimum. Every state one accent. You enter to a village, accent changes. Village. This is a state. State means, for example, minimum 1 or 2 Istanbul. Can be. Big area, I want to say. So lots of accents can be.
No, Istanbul is bigger than their all states, I think. Yeah, for example, by one, but if we compare
One by
them,
one, really.
because there is, as far as I remember, 52 states in US.
50.
50 or 52?
50.
And it is approximately 240 million. If we
Okay.
equals 240 into 50,
Yeah.
it means approximately 6 or 8 million for a state.
Okay,
It
that is
equals.
yeah, maybe, but sometimes, if you look at Canada is really vast, very big, but the population is 30 million only. Maybe, but yeah, mathematically.
We spoke about one state, for example, for if you compare by one, Istanbul.
True, I am not accurate on that. I wanted to say that the states are big, which means that there is a possibility of having lots of accents. This is what I wanted to say.
Because a huge.
Really
country.
huge, yes.
And they are not related themselves. For example, north or for the east
West,
and
east.
west, they are not living together.
Yeah, true.
And
Correct.
they are far away from themselves. That's
Yeah. That's why, I mean, sometimes, maybe YouTube or in some films you can hear different American accents instead of saying can as a can very quickly possible. Because we have slangs also, or street language. In street languages, you can expect a lot of things.
can't maybe.
Can't is British. Cannot. I cannot. This is enunciation. Lots of things. You have to focus on those vocabularies that you are going to use them a lot.
Yeah.
I can tell you.
But how do you use this word?
How can you use exposure?
Exposure?
Exposure.
Exposure.
Yeah. Number one factor of learning any kind of language is exposure.
Exposure, what does that mean?
Maruz kalmak galiba. Maruz kalmak değil mi?
Exposure means to be exposed to. Like imagine you wanna learn swimming.
Exposure.
You cannot learn swimming by books or notebooks. You have to jump.
Yeah.
Jump into the pool. When you jump into the pool, you're completely wet. Then you can start to learn. So you have to jump into the pool of English. You have to be exposed to English. How? Listening, music, games, books, news, movies, speaking clubs, classes, internet, platforms, Google, this, that. These are exposure. You have to be exposed. And everybody has got a different method of learning. I am a visual learner, I know it. You should know what type of learner you are. I know myself, I'm a visual learner. I have to see it to learn faster. Some people are, I remember that we used to have some other, classmates. They were walking and repeating. Saying out loud or reading out loud their notes, and they were studying like that. Or some people need to write Some people need to hear a lot.
Actually, I need to reading and teach.
Amazing.
And
Very good, very good. Teaching is the best thing.
Yeah.
If you teach, you are helping yourself too. True, exactly. If you can do it,
Especially math.
yeah. Like that.
Wanna, want, tend to, the same.
Sorry?
Wanna, want,
One,
and
tend to.
tend to.
Yes, almost the same.
Same.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Next question.
Crystal clear. No question.
Okay, the answers for the questions are crystal clear. What about new questions?
There is a reason for life to exist.
Talking about philosophy,
Yeah.
all of a sudden? After break. Philosophy after break. Before break, English only. After break, philosophy. I don't want to switch.
And this is difficult for me reading passage. I read, I understand, but true, false, or not true, not false. What can I do to improve?
For reading, you have to just read. Read a lot. You start from easy levels, step by step, make the level difficult. You are B2 level, you start with A2 level reading passages. B1 level reading passages. When you are confident, you say, okay, I am okay, I can easily understand, I can easily answer. Then try B2 level. Push yourself, read a lot of articles, read a lot of reading passages, short stories, I always say. Read short stories, paraphrase. So remember paraphrasing?
Yeah.
Paraphrasing is a great technique to improve your vocabulary, to improve your English actually. Because you are reviewing all of the words in your mind to find another similar word to replace it, and you are working hard. I can say, for reading you have to read. No other choice.
Teacher, do you have any list that included most common used adjectives, verbs and verbs?
Of course I have. I don't believe in it.
Because I see lots of vocabularies, but I don't know is it common used or not in English, and I don't wanna waste my time for them.
Actually, Özne teacher sends top 100 words.
Man,
Right.
Happy birthday.
To me.
group, in the group.
But
I didn't.
Personally speaking,
I'm checking the group immediately.
iletiyorum size.
personally speaking,
Reading passage.
I am not in favor of such things. Like for example, 100 adjectives, 200 adverbs, I don't know, 50 common things. I mean, eventually they are kind of shortcut to reach what you really want to. There is no shortcut.
I couldn't send.
There is no shortcut. You have to be exposed to these words. Do you remember the word procrastination? Who remembers it? What is procrastination?
What?
Procrastination.
Procrastination. I don't know.
Procrastinate.
You are delaying something.
Don't read. You don't remember it because you only heard once.
Yes.
Which means that you are not exposed enough.
Yes.
You have to see it, hear it,
Yes.
read it a lot. Minimum 10 times, minimum 20 times randomly so that you can learn one word. Now you are trying to memorize like 100 common adjective, 100 common this, that. I don't believe in it. No, that is not a good technique, in my opinion. There is no shortcut, man. There is no shortcut in this life. We're going to talk about it in philosophy. There is no shortcut. Shortcut to success. Shortcut to money. Shortcut to something. Not possible. You have to work for it. If I want to lose, let's say, 20 kilogram, there is no shortcut. Okay, use this drug in one day. Come on. Okay, in one day I lose, but the day after,
You will die.
you will die. So you have to, do those things properly. There is no shortcut. Shortcut, no.
There is no shortcut.
There is no shortcut.
Is the B2 level enough for us?
B2 level?
Yes, B2 level.
Enough
Because
for what?
I didn't speak well again.
Speaking is very
Yes,
interesting subject.
yes.
As I said, for
But
speaking,
I want to learn speak.
I want to improve my speaking. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
There are a lot of things you need to learn. You need to focus on, because for me, speaking is a kind of art. Everybody can draw, a kind of circle, then two circles inside it. But what I draw is nothing, is zero, is terrible thing comparing to an artist's draw. True? Both of them are drawing, are painting.
Yes.
So what do I mean by that? I want to say that speaking, let's say, English or any kind of language is a kind of art. You have to have that art first. You have to work for it. You have to spend not a lot, but humongous amount of time on speaking alone. Humongous means a lot. A lot of repetition, a lot of exposure. Only speaking is not enough. Only reading is not enough. Only listening, only grammar is not, only vocab is not enough. You have to use all of them. You have to use all of them. Or you say, okay, this level is enough for me. Yeah, I can try to speak. If you say it is not enough, you should expose more. You should spend more time. Like that.
Yeah.
And this is definitely a form of art that you have to have it. You have to have that mentality. And one more thing, there are lots of factors in speaking. You asked a question previously, you forgot to ask it again. You said that in some speaking clubs, there are some people who are not speaking. Yeah. I know why.
And they don't try, and they have got no struggle to improve their skills.
Absolutely. This is one of the reasons. Another reason is personal reasons.
Sure.
Yes, personality. You have to know yourself, what type of person you are. They are whether shy or perfectionist, mostly perfectionist, or they are not ready to speak. Imagine there's a kid, there's a baby, 1 year old. You're saying, say Baba, say Baba. The baby cannot, because the baby is not ready yet.
As far as I see,
Yes.
I'm sorry interrupting you
Okay,
without your permission.
No problem. Whenever the kid is ready, he or she will start to say Baba. If you push a lot, it needs time. So when the time comes, they start to speak. If not, if the time won't come, they have to get out of that perfectionism. Almost everybody has got a perfectionism. or comfort zone, generally speaking. Do you know comfort zone?
Yeah.
You don't know? You know?
No. Comfort zone.
What is comfort zone?
I think it's comfort zone in Turkish,
Yes,
and we don't
comfort.
pass the border of our comfort zone.
Yes, that's true. Zone means area.
Yeah.
Comfort means you're comfortable there, okay? So imagine it's like a kind of room somewhere in your mind, in your brain. Imagine it that way, okay? You're alone. Nobody is there to see you, to hear you, to judge you. 99% of adults' problem is they are afraid of being judged.
Yes.
But if
I
it
know.
is so, it helps us to improve our language because and we are not native speakers. That is normal to have wrong pronunciation.
True. That is correct.
That is my idea.
That is
And
correct
we don't
idea.
need to be perfect.
That is correct. But not everybody thinks as you're thinking.
Yes.
This
For
is the problem.
example,
Yes.
if I join a club, I just try to speak.
Amazing.
That is
the best thing that you
that
can
is the
do.
only way for me.
Correct. That is true. But how many people think as you're thinking?
I think mostly if I wrong speak.
People will laugh at me.
Yeah.
This is number one problem of almost everybody. But if you get out of that comfort zone, feel, ready or very comfortable speaking. I can help you with by giving some techniques or recommendations. The first thing that you can do is to record your voice. Record your voice. Listen to it. Generally, people hate their voices because the way that you're hearing your voice is from inside. But the way that you hear my voice is from outside. And when you listen to your voice, you kind of start to hate it.
It seems strange.
Strange, yes. That is the first step. If you want to get out of your comfort zone, I can help you with my own experience. Record your voice. Find a reading passage, record your voice. Accept it, You are not a singer, you are not a voiceover artist, you are a normal person. Accept your voice. As if, for example, every day you look into a mirror. You don't hate yourself, This is you. You accept yourself, you embrace yourself. The voice should be the same, should have the same mechanism. Voice is the first one. Second one, let me finish, then we will have a break. Second one, which is difficult, do this. Be okay with the camera. You can speak in Turkish, that is alright, first. Record yourself, film yourself, watch.
Yeah.
Watch yourself, the most difficult thing. Because people know they're misbehaving or imperfect behaviors, and whenever you watch yourself, you see it. You focus on those things, and that's why you cannot watch yourself. But if you mentally, psychologically overcome this stage, then you're okay. I can wave at this. I'm totally okay with it. But it didn't happen overnight. I have been doing this for almost 5-6 years. Yeah. So you can do the same thing. You have to accept who you are. If you accept who you are, I can guarantee that you are first, not just in English, in your personal life, you are going to have self-confidence. Punch in the face of perfectionism. There is no perfectionism. In my opinion, a perfect speaking is a well-prepared speaking only. Spontaneous speaking cannot be perfect. I make lots of mistakes. Okay, you make lots of mistakes when you speak Turkish. Okay, nobody cares. You don't care because you're out of your comfort zone. Understand? The same scenario. For example, there's an actor. The actor memorized the script a lot. Read that script, memorize a lot. Now a little bit, the actor is ready. Then they say, okay, let's shoot the movie, cut. Director says cut, 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 200 times cut, 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 cut. Then edit, you see, wow, what a great acting. But how many cuts? They are professional actors, they are native speakers of that language, they have worked the script a lot, memorized it, still making mistakes. Now, you are a Turkish person, you don't study English enough, you don't speak English enough, and you expect too much. Be realistic. Like that. For example, I always say this, I'm going to finish. I play football, you play football maybe. Lionel Messi plays football too. So, can I say, because I cannot play football very well or like Lionel Messi, so I am not gonna play football? Absurd. I know my potential, I know my capability, and I know that other players are much more capable. Why? Because they worked for it. I didn't work. So, I am not shy, I am not ashamed. Or the piano, for example. Beethoven comes here, plays the piano. Wow, no, I can't. No, we are okay with it. In speaking, you have to be okay with this concept as well, in my opinion. So, record your voice, listen to it, not only once. You have to listen to yourself a lot until you're okay with it. Until you can joke. You can, tolerate the jokes, maybe, probable jokes that, joke yourself, mock yourself, mock yourself and be okay with it. Then record yourself, put the camera, talk in Turkish first, when you are confident enough, then switch it to English. Step by step. Start from easy, basic things. When you're okay with it, again, you are going to make mistakes. I make a lot of mistakes. That is true. That is okay. What is not okay is you don't know your mistakes. Making mistake is okay. Not knowing it is problem. You should know your mistakes. You should know that, I made a mistake, and you correct yourself. That is alright. Understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. I hope you got some answers or some lights. Yeah, in your brain. Let's have a break for how many minutes? 10 minutes? 15?
Yeah.
15 is a lot.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, 10. I think 10 is okay. Then come to me with other questions, any type of questions, philosophy, life. We can speak, or English. Yeah.